I'm Mark Hunter, the Sales Hunter, and I want to talk to you right now. 5 steps to simplify your prospecting. All comes from the book, High Profit Prospecting. If you like the video, hit subscribe. Drop down to the notes below, and I also got an ebook I want you to take advantage of. 5 steps to simplify your process. Number 1 is you first of all need to know who your perfect prospect is. Now, here's the whole thing. Do not define them by where they work or the title they have or anything like that. Define them by the outcome. What you want to do is you want to find out who your perfect customer is. Now, what this means is look at your existing customers. Why did they buy from you? What was the outcome they achieved? That's what you want to get, okay? And what you want to do is you want to set up a criteria. Now, I'm going to come back and I'm going to build on each one of these in a bit. Number 2, I want you to then, using this perfect profile, begin to say, where am I going to find other people that will match up to at least 75% of the profile of the person you're going after? What do I mean by this? 75% is a magic number because they got to line up, because if they don't, it's going to wind up taking too much of your time away. Well, what you're going to do is you're going to spend time prospecting, but it's not going to be focused on your best prospects. And remember, my whole goal is to simplify. So what I want you to do is I want you to find who your target is and stay right there with your target. There's a reason why I use the line, you can't take a Walmart shopper and make them a Nordstrom customer. You can't. See, that's 2 different business models. I got to zero in and be laser focused. So what I'm doing is I'm saying, okay, who's my perfect prospect? Who's my perfect customer? It might be a person who is senior level manager in a company. And maybe they're in the IT department. Maybe they have these types of issues they work with. Maybe it is. That's the profile I see. Now, where do I find those prospects? This is the whole thing. Well, who else is in that circle? So what I'm going to do is I might go to LinkedIn and I'm going to type in that company's name. What are some of the other companies that pop up? What are some groups? I'm going to look at some of their profiles. What are some groups that they belong to? And I'm going to begin to see. Now, I'm not going to use LinkedIn to suddenly start prospecting people, but I'm using this to begin, okay, these are companies. These are potential titles. These are potential people. I'm going to go to Google. I'm going to type in that company's name. Who else pops up? I'm going to type in that title. What other type? And I begin creating these little circle. Now, here's the whole thing. It is not about getting 10,000 names. It is about getting the best prospects. And that really takes me to number 3 here, which is really what you have to do is you have to develop every communication method possible. Now, what do I mean by this? Just because I like email doesn't mean the prospects I'm reaching like email. Just because I like social media doesn't mean. I got to use every communication medium possible. So it means I'm going to use email, I'm going to use telephone, I'm going to use voicemail. I might use social media depending on the industry. I might even use text depending on the industry. But I'm going to use every possible means. And I have to be able to hit you with enough cadence. And this is number 4. I've got to have a strong enough of a cadence, strong enough of a sequence that I'm never going to stop. And this is where so many people fall down. What happens is they can't follow through. And don't start what you can't finish. You see, simplifying your prospecting process is about doing one thing: zeroing in on your list, keeping it tight, and staying focused. Now, what you're trying to do here is you're then trying to create what is the next step? What is the logical next step that comes from it? Now, think about this for a moment. I want to have a very clear call to action. And I do this by setting my expectations low enough. Whoa, what do you mean by low enough? Okay, here's the whole thing. My goal when I'm prospecting is merely to get the next meeting. My goal is sure to close, but that's going to take me multiple steps to go through. See, so it's just one step at a time. And it's amazing. When I set my expectations low enough that my goal is to get the next meeting, because I'm engaging you enough with a question, a comment that pertains to you, I'm zeroing in on just prospects that I know I can help, and I'm doing it with the right frequency. That's what it's all about. Prospecting does not have to be hard. It does not have to be complicated. It is about having a plan and sticking with it. That's all it is. Hey, my name is Mark Hunter, the Sales Hunter. I wrote the book, High Profit Prospecting. I have a new book coming out, A Mind for Sales. I want you to grab it. Jump down below, grab the ebook. It's all right there for you. Great selling.